Get instant access to your winnings with Cashcard Plus, Paddy's brand new card, available to use at ATMs, online or in shops. TNCs apply. 18 plus. Gambleaware.co.uk.
Welcome back to the Racing Post Weekend Postcast. The panel consists of me, Bruce Millington, him, Graham Rodway. An emotional return over in Ireland to Brendan Duke, and from Paddy Power we've got Frank Hickey. I will say before we look at Navan and anything else on Sunday that we have hit the 1 million listeners mark on the Postcast for 2016. Thank you so much for listening. I didn't expect that. We're really delighted with that figure, so thank you so much for listening, and hopefully you'll stick with us onward and upward into 2017 on the Postcasts, and we will make sure that Brendan Duke makes sporadic appearances because it's absolutely lovely to have him back. And Brendan, you can serve first. We're going to look at the 12:45 at Navan on Sunday. It's called the Navan Novices Hurdle. It's a Grade 2, and the horse that will pass the post in front has as its nomenclature...
I'm going to say Death Duty. I mean, it's not going to be easy to give £3 to Balthazar Dallier, invitation only, and Mona Lee. Now, invitation only and Mona Lee made their hurdles debuts in the fog, so I can't tell you a lot about them, but they were smart bumper horses.
That heroic camera work from the fella in the Jeep on the inside made it actually quite good, wasn't it?
Trojan work. I mean, yeah, maybe actually to a degree you can work out what they're doing. But they're kind of shadowy figures, so I didn't want to make too many judgments based on that. But it's a great effort from them, in fairness. Particularly in these health and safety days, because I often did think of them hanging out the roof of the thing. But anyway, it does it. But Death Duty, his jumping was a little bit sloppy the last day, but he's just such a lovely way of going, this horse. And I hope he wins. Excuse me. And fair play to Gordon Elliott as well, because in this time of multiple options at Cheltenham, he said to the punters, we're going for the Albert Bartlett with this horse. So hopefully he wins tomorrow on the road to the Albert Bartlett.
Excellent stuff. G-Rod, who do you like?
He reminds me a little bit of a young Don Cossack, Death Duty. He's a smart prospect, but the other day Ruby Walsh was on the telly and he was very, very keen on invitation only, suggesting possibly that he was among the best at Willie Mullins's. Now, of course, you have to take all this talk with a little bit of pinch of salt, especially when it's coming from Ruby and Willie, because they don't always tell you everything that you think you're going to find out. But
you calling Ruby Walsh a liar? This is getting very, very dangerous.
Let's just say that he's not one to go too overboard, is he, Ruby? But he seemed fairly keen on this one.
So you're going to go with invitation.
So that's good enough for me. Yeah.
I know he's very highly regarded in the yard. Frank, you've got a show of betting, and hopefully you've also got a strong selection.
It's 6-4 Death Duty, 5-2 Invitation Only, 5-1 Mona Lee, 6-1 Moulin Avant, 10-1 Balthazar Dallier, and 20-1 Bar. It's a difficult one. Willie has won 4 of the last 5 of runnings of this race, and it's a difficult one because you've got the favourite for the Albert Bartlett and the favourite for the Neptune as things stand. I'd probably just row in behind Willie and Ruby here. I think Invitation Only, he hasn't been beaten yet under rules, so I think he might be difficult to beat.
It's a contest.
But it's not with great confidence. I'm tipping that up, though.
Okay.
It's a good race.
It is a good race. It will tell us a lot about Cheltenham. The 120s, the Tara handicap hurdle, got some better known, or certainly more exposed names in here. Brendan, have you had a good look at this one?
Yes, I had a look at it. The Score Mar, he likely ran into us. He was on a hat-trick, and then he ran into a very well-handicapped horse in jury duty the last day in Navan. Got £3 for it. I don't think that's excessive. I think he'll be hard to beat in the race.
Score Mar. No, what do you call it? Score Mar.
I'm not sure this is Irish. I mean, it's shameful to say I'm probably a little bit better at French pronunciations than I am at Irish. Johnny Ward has called me up on this before. I'm going to say Mere.
Okay, fair enough. Frank, have you got a view on this one?
Yeah, I do. I think Gartine, Robert Tyner would be pretty happy with him getting a mark of 133 for his handicap debut. He went over fences the last day at Navan, where he was only 2 3/4 lengths behind Annabelle Fly and 2 lengths behind Martello Tower. Now Martello Tower's come out and won again. And if you think back to his hurdles form, Gartine was second to Min on debut. He won a bumper at Leopardstown, and he put the plotting shed in his place at Navan over hurdles. The plotting shed's rated in around 150 now. So I think the mark of 133 could be very lenient, and I wouldn't be surprised if this smashed up on Sunday morning.
Okay, sometimes you get overly grandly entitled horse races. The 325 at Navan on Sunday is called the Future Champions Irish National Hunt Flat Race, but it absolutely stands up to scrutiny. The last 10 years have produced 2 real superstars in Don Cossack, and anyone else want to name the other one? I think we're talking about 8-9 years ago. Dun Guib won the race. So it's a race that certainly tends to throw up decent beasts. And Brendan, who might win this one and enhance their reputation?
Oh, well, I mean, Sam Crow will be odds on in this. Now, he's probably a horse who's going to be overbet because of his reputation. But as you know, Bruce, I've always been a slave to the aesthetic. And I happened to be in on a fog-bound Punchestown, but you could see this horse in the parade ring before he won his bumper. Now, he cost 100 bags as a 3-year-old. Then he went and won a point-to-point, and its sales price went up to 325 bags. But you could see where the money went. This horse, he has the physique of a future champion anyway, and Elliot's made no secret of how much he loves him, and he's going to look after him this year. In fact, this might be his last run of the season. Now, the bumper he won was a boat race, so it's hard to say, but and he will be too short, but I won't be opposing him.
Because, I mean, they don't run their horse in the champion bumper, do they, the Gigginstown?
No.
They're not interested in that, are they?
No, they have a very grown-up attitude to bumpers, a kind of an English attitude, actually.
Excellent. To what extent might Sam Crow be odds on, do you think, Frank Hickey?
I wouldn't be surprised if he's about a 1-2 shot, personally,
fair
but
enough.
I don't know. What would you think, Brendan?
Yeah, well, the only other credible runner is one of Willie's, isn't it?
Yeah,
Good Tara.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean that took 4 goes, and it was impressive down in Cork, but that was a poor bumper as well. Yeah, 1 to 2 sounds about right to me.
Okie
Yeah,
dokie.
it's difficult to see him getting beaten, Sam Crow, to be honest.
Righto. Okay, I want a horse each from you for Sunday. We'll start with you, G-Rod. Do you want to go last?
Yeah.
Okay, you go last. Brendan, you go first.
Score mark.
Scoremar, and that's in the 120.
120, yeah.
Frank Hickey, who's your Sunday best?
On the 120, Gertine for me, please.
Gertine.
No.
They didn't give you much time there, Graham, did they?
They just rushed
You
through
needed
it,
some
didn't
David
they?
Jennings length answers for that, didn't you?
Well, I'm
Well,
gonna.
we should mention that. So, do you need more time, Greg?
No, go on. Yeah, no, give
No.
him more time. What should we mention, Brendan?
Well, we should mention that Astoria, who's a very exciting mare with Willie, she runs an listed mares race in Thurles. Now, again, she'll be heavy odds on, but she beat a horse the last day called She's Otto. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Well, that was the one that Patrick put up at the start as his good thing,
right.
didn't he?
Yeah, and I'd say beating her 6 lengths is strong form. Like, she already had good form. Like, she was about 10 lengths behind Jer's Girl, excuse me, on her debut for Willie. But she's an exciting mare with Cheltenham in mind.
That's Astoria in the 210 at Thurles. Blimey, that was a big test. You wouldn't want Toya Wilcox saying that. Go on, Graham.
Yeah, I want to tip something at Fakenham because I'm going to be going up to Fakenham on Sunday.
That's
Yeah.
a long way. Have you been before?
Yeah, I've been a couple of times. They do a fantastic hog roast there. Yeah, one of the best hog roasts around, that is. So I'm going to go for Drumley Lad there, which runs in the 145, improving type for Brendan Powell. Yeah, I'm hoping we'll have some winners up there on a good day.
That would be nice. You taking the whole family?
Well, I'm taking my young son. You see, my wife is 8 months pregnant, and she's Canadian, so she's having a baby shower. Do you know what one of those
I've
is?
heard about that. Yeah, my wife went to one the other day. What a load of old bollocks.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought, but she loves it, and I've been told to make myself scarce. So I thought, well, Fakenham Sunday, take the youngster.
Is this where they all the friends come around and they buy loads of stuff from Mother Care and festoon the mother with all that sort of stuff, yeah?
I think so. I'm hoping they buy lots of chocolate and stuff like that.
No, it won't be any of that, mate. It'll all be bottles
I've
and
been-
sterilisers and nappy sacks and all
I've
that
been
sort of
told
thing.
that there'll be plenty of food left over, so that
That'll
sounds
be
good
all right.
to me.
And are you working Saturday?
No, I'm off tomorrow and I'm going to Ascot. So it's
Blimey,
a
you
racing
love it, don't
weekend
you?
for
Ascot
me.
Saturday, Fakenham Sunday for G-Rod. What about you, Brendan? What will you be doing?
I possibly might go racing at the weekend. I'm in this position where people ring me up now to say, I'm going to the races. Do you want to come with me? And I've no reason not to go. But no one has rung thus far, so I don't know. Otherwise, it will be watching the racing tomorrow and the darts in the evening, and then Sunday will be NFL stroke darts.
Who do you think will win the darts this year?
Oh, I think Van Gerwen will win. I mean, it's not... There's no imagination.
He's only
in
won it
but I mean-
once, though, you know.
Yes, I know. I mean, and of course, someone can always but Barnabas beat him last year with he just played out of his skin, the game of his life. So that's always possible. But he's only been beaten 5 or 6 times this year. Is that right?
Yeah, I think you're right. Steve Palmer has lots of weird and wacky bets, but the one he's had this year that I really do love is that, and he always stakes in such weird amounts. I think he's had about £168 double on Scarlett Moffat for I'm a Celebrity and Michael Van Gerwen for the darts. So hopefully he'll do the business. Now then, obviously the big question though, Brendan, what's the love life like? We left you when you last spoke. There was a string of one-off dates that didn't really get anywhere. How are things progressing there?
Yeah, that trend has continued. Now, of course, being of an optimistic bent, this is the season of goodwill to all men, Bruce. So hopefully the ladies take that attitude when it comes to me in the next couple of weeks. But it's been Grimsby Town up to this. I've nothing to tell you. I've been on more first dates. I told them my crane story. I thought, well, this is like, they'd say, well, just hold my knickers there for a second or something. They'd be so dazzled. But they haven't. They were there. It was nice to meet you. And best of luck with everything.
Well, the last time I saw you was on the Friday of the open meeting at Cheltenham, and you were over with various colleagues, and you were going to hit the town and see if you could find yourself a nice Cotswolds lass. Did that not prove a result wicket?
No, I did. I didn't get a result. It wasn't for the want of trying. There's no doubt that those tweed skirts do things to a man, but no joy there either. So I've taken my failure on tour. But don't worry, Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming, Bruce.
Is there a particular function between now and the new year that you're homing in on? You've put a red ring round it in the calendar, and you said I'm going to wear my signature underpants and my best aftershave and really go for it on that one.
I haven't really been invited to anything, but I'm going to go to Leopardstown all 4 days this year, which I haven't had the chance to do because I've been working for a long time. So I'll probably go out afterwards.
I was thinking more of kind of Lily's Bordello than Leopardstown, but
but post Leopardstown, you wouldn't know where it could end up.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
When you join us in the new year for one of these, there'll be some fresh stories to tell. Hopefully not involving dead cranes because they're probably an endangered species. Frank, what's the rota done for you this weekend?
I'm off for the weekend.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm going down to Cork in the morning with the missus. Every year we have a kind of a Christmas dinner with my friends and their better halves, where we go out and pretend to be civilised for 3 hours, and then...
Do you like them, or are they boring?
Oh no, they're great crack.
Oh, good.
Like, as in, you're going to get probably a fight between one couple, maybe one person possibly arrested, and maybe a possible breakup as well. So it's very entertaining. It's like watching a soap.
Blimey, all right. Well, let's hope you're watching that rather than participating. And then on Sunday, what's happening? Trying to get yourself out of the police cell by the sounds of it.
Oh, no, I'd be cute enough that way. I just do the watching. I don't partake in any of the real messing. But I think we're meeting my parents for lunch on Sunday and then driving back to Dublin.
Fantastic. And presumably for you two boys, if Golden Spear wins the last at Ascot, your mood and your Christmas cheer will have lifted considerably, yes?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I'm sure it'll be more attractive to women after this wins.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Your pockets will be bulging. Great stuff.
Bulging.
Superb. Graham, thank you so much for stepping in. Good luck this weekend. Enjoy Ascot and Fakenham. Frank, well played. I hope the wedding questions and the interrogation isn't too bad. And Brendan, can I just say what a pleasure it is to have you back. Will you come back and join us again in the new year?
Oh, you guys are so nice to me. Yeah, I'll be like... Well, just for example, we could use the phrase special guest star, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
It's just off the top of my head, I could be a special guest star. I'm just saying.
I love that, mate. Absolutely. I can't think of a more apt description. Thank you so much for listening. We are back on Monday with the review postcast. Do join us for that.
The Racing Postcast, in association with Paddy Power, they prize support UK and Irish racing the night before.